This evening, government warns individuals about impersonating housing officials. Pensioner dies in accident on Rupert Creek Highway. Dancehall Monarch competition to spice up 2024 Mashramani celebration. In the region, Peru floods, northern regions hit after heavy rains, and internationally, Finland joins NATO as Russia's war rages on in Ukraine. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for April 5th, 2023. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Up first, tragedy struck on the Rupert Craig Highway on Tuesday evening when a 69-year-old pensioner lost her life in a fatal accident involving a minibus. According to reports, the incident occurred around 6:20 p.m. on the northern carriageway of the highway in the vicinity of Movitown. The pedestrian, identified as Kisundai Sriratan, was crossing the road from south to north when she was struck by minibus BAD 1832 driven by 39-year-old Shivraj Prasad, a businessman from Camberville, Georgetown. Sriratan suffered serious bodily injuries and was immediately rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital. However, she was pronounced dead on arrival. The minibus driver was subjected to a breathalyzer test, which returned negative for alcohol. He is currently in police custody assisting with the ongoing investigations. Meanwhile, Shiratan's body was taken to the Memorial Gardens Funeral Home, where a post-mortem examination will determine the exact cause of her death. The police are urging drivers to exercise caution on the roads and to be mindful of pedestrians, especially during rush hour. A new addition to the 2024 Mashramani calendar of events has recently been added: the Dancehall Monarch competition. The competition is expected to bring additional spice and excitement to the annual celebration. Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports Charles Ramson Jr. revealed that the competition has been in the works for some time. The decision to add the Dancehall Monarch competition reflects the government's commitment to expanding and improving Mashramani, a unique and important Guyanese product. The minister emphasized that adding the Dancehall Monarch competition will make the event even more exciting and vibrant. He highlighted that chutney, soca, and calypso are all authentic Guyanese and West Indian genres, and dancehall is no exception. Ramson added that the government is committed to expanding the general Mashramani competition and modern representation of dancehall, with the addition of the Dancehall Monarch competition. With the addition of the Dancehall Monarch competition, Mashramani 2024 may shape up to be a world-class event that celebrates the unique cultural heritage of Guyana. In other news, Guyana eagerly anticipates the arrival of the MVM Alicia, a new ferry vessel expected to boost the country's transportation infrastructure and provide numerous economic opportunities. The vessel, guided home by a 14-member Guyanese crew, set sail from Kolkata to Chennai before crossing the Atlantic Ocean to Trinidad on April 2, 2023. After being offloaded from the MV Sunrise at the port of Chagaramas on April 3rd, the MVM Alicia is scheduled to arrive in Guyana this weekend. The new northwest-bound ferry can accommodate up to 276 passengers, along with 18 crew members. It can also carry 14 sedan-type vehicles and 2 trucks, making it ideal for this route. The vessel has a front-loading-offloading ramp that can easily accommodate cargo at ports it will call on. It also has a sideboarding capacity allowing for flexible loading and offloading. Minister of Public Works Bishop Juan Edgehill expressed enthusiasm for the arrival of the MVM Alicia and the transformative impact it is expected to have on the country's transportation infrastructure. He noted that the vessel's arrival will improve the lives of residents who could now travel more freely, frequently, and comfortably. It will also provide economic gains for local businesses, as the vessel's cold and cool room storage will reduce spoilage, and the vessel can accommodate up to 250 tons of cargo. Stick around. When we return, government warns individuals about impersonating housing officers, and daycare owner to appear in court on manslaughter charge for infant's death.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold, and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. Here's credit. And today, we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a Guyana map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hey, this is your fancy vehicle and door is your house?
Yes, this is my vehicle and actually I'm waiting on my land. I'm actually renting this house for $50,000.
$50,000? You head boy, you crazy, you mad, you head not good. Why you buy? Look, let me show you that light. Come with me.
Come on down to Fabulous Homes today. Pay $50,000 every month for 36 months or until you reach 50% of your house costs. Move in after 75% of the cost has been paid.
This is wonderful. Let's go. Sign me up.
Alright, let me go and dash you your landlord.
To explore our home ownership program, check our Facebook page for more information or come down to our office at Avalon Friendship.
Hey, Chinese, thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Man.
You got through?
Yes.
Call us at 227-1380 or 615-8740. Fabulous Homes International Realty, changing tenants into homeowners.
At Fabulous Homes, we bring your dreams to life.
Welcome back. The Director of Public Prosecution, Shalimar Ali Haq, has recommended that the unlicensed daycare owner in Ogle, East Coast Demerara, be charged with manslaughter for the death of 7-year-old Oriah Gravesandi. The infant died on March 21st, 2023, after falling off a bed and suffocating at the daycare facility. The daycare owner is scheduled to appear in court to face the charges. Following the child's death, a joint investigation was conducted by the Guyana Police Force, the Child Care and Protection Agency, and the Ministry of Human Services and Social Protection. The file was submitted to the DPP for advice, but it was sent back for further investigation before the manslaughter charge was recommended. Oriah was dropped off at a daycare in good health by her parents, who were devastated to learn that it was the last time they would see their child alive. During an emotional interview, the mother accused the daycare of murder and negligence. The investigation revealed that the daycare had operated without a license for 27 years. A postmortem examination conducted by government pathologist Dr. Nihal Singh at the Georgetown Public Hospital's mortuary showed that the child died from a hemorrhage and compression to the neck. On a different note, the Ministry of Housing and Water has warned individuals impersonating officials and conducting business on behalf of the ministry's Central Housing and Planning Authority. Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell warned during the Tuesday Dream Realize outreach at the Arthur Chung Convention Center. He asked citizens to look out for fraudulent activity and report it to the authority, stating that some complaints has already been received and some individuals had been caught. The ministry has also employed someone to investigate reports that are already before the court. Minister Kroll emphasized that payments for house lots should only be made at the ministry's branches or during special outreaches in various regions. He also said squatting is illegal, but the government is working with people in many areas to promote legal land ownership. The Success community on the east coast of Demerara has been identified as one of the hotspots for illegal settlements. A CHPA team has started working with people in the area to address the issue. Minister Kroll calls on citizens to support the ministry's effort to address fraudulent activities by reporting any such activity they observe. He also urged individuals to avoid engaging in illegal activities such as squatting and working with the ministry to promote legal land ownership. Moving on, the Chadichagan International Airport has undergone significant modifications to become an aviation hub for international passengers. The upgrades included an extension of the runway, installing an instrument landing system, and commissioning of 2 boarding bridges. The government also set aside $400 million to install a modern baggage handling system, which will take bags to screen, a holding area, and another secondary screening. The airport will also establish a commercial center, which is expected to have around 20 concession areas. These investments in the infrastructure are aimed at improving operations, attracting foreign investment, and boosting tourism. The country's air traffic has advanced 25% above its pre-pandemic numbers, demonstrating the impact of building facilities on the economy. On March 27, British Airways started twice-weekly flights to Guyana via the St. Lucia route, identifying the country as an attractive route to other international carriers. The government aims for a 1 million passenger arrivals by 2025. Don't go away after the break. Finland joins NATO as Russia's war rages on in Ukraine, and Myanmar tourism. Military government tries to lure tourists.
Celebrity Pure Vegan Cuisine and Bar. We say vegan, we speak about 100% vegan. No dairy products, no MSG. From the cheese, the butter, the milk, everything we use here, it's vegan. Our breakfast, some of the special we have for breakfast: porridge, fried plantain, we have boil and fried katahar, boil and fried cassavas. We have soup of the day, which you all know. The main thing in that soup is the dry mushrooms, as well as the bean curry. Young okras is a must with full ground food, split peas and everything up in that. Coconut milk is the main thing. Then we have the lunchtime. Some of the main dishes the people already is hitting on: the split peas cocoa rice, basmati and quinoa mix. A lot of people don't know what that, but you come down here, you get it. It's a replacement of rice and a great substitute in the vegan business. Then we have dal, corn, okra and carrots, edo leaves, chanchi down in coconut milk. There's so many side dishes, but one of the special things is the chicken that we make right here. We make sweet and sour chicken, strip chicken, jerk chicken. All of that is in-house, made right in here from scratch. In the evening, you know everything is up. We also carry a large variety of organic and natural products. Some of the products that we have here is the MVM. The hemp, that one is a very important product for the body. Proteins and everything to the max. We have the Corellia. This also is very good for the body. We have the Spirulina. Spirulina is very good for everyone, but men benefit a lot from that. After the Spirulina, we have the Maca powder. These are all organic and natural powders for the body, especially when you're getting up there in age. You use these things as supplements. Black seed oil. On the internet, it said the only thing the black seed oil don't cure is death. And there are many more products that we have there, full variety. We have the natural juices we also make. We have from like the sorrel juice, the pineapple juice, mabi, ginger beer. All these things make from the bark or the natural powder. We do not use concentrate in this cuisine at all. Everything we do it natural. Also at the Celebrity Pure Vegan Cuisine, we have a well-stocked bar. Some people choose to have a drink when they finish eating. We need to make sure that they're comfortable and happy when they're leaving this place. So we do our best to provide the services that we think is required. Remember, this place are fully AC, and we cater for weddings, all occasions, birthday parties, anniversaries. So we set the place so that everyone can come, feel right, and understand what's happening. Come right down to the Pure Vegan Cuisine and Bar, 198 Camp Street again, and you will find everything you need to live to be healthy.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. More heavy rains and floods have hit northern regions in Peru. At least 65,000 people have been affected. Al Jazeera's Rihala Mohammed reports.
These pictures show the extent of damage in Peru's northern region of Piura. Roads filled with water and cars submerged. People struggle to save their valuables, and many say they've received no help.
We're practically abandoned. We need help and support. Because look, the Gala ravine has overflowed, and that is what had affected all of us. Imagine we have children. The children have to put up with all this.
After days of heavy rain, many are struggling to come to terms with their losses.
My animals have died. They're floating all around. Everything. My sandals, my water, my food, my wardrobe, my mattress. Everything has filled with water.
Unusually warm sea waters and a cyclone in recent weeks have led to record high water levels. Inadequate drainage is being blamed for worsening the floods. Drinking water and electricity supplies have been cut off in many areas. Schools, offices and commercial buildings have been damaged, and many fear their homes are no longer safe.
We're leaving momentarily because if we had another house to go to, we would leave for good.
President Dina Boluarte has declared a state of emergency, and affected regions are on high alert. As survivors fight to save what they have left, forecasters say more rains are on their way. Rahila Mohammed, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, Finland has formally joined NATO in a ceremony at its headquarters in Brussels. The historic moment comes less than a year after Helsinki asked to join the military alliance following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Moscow has warned of countermeasures to what it sees as security threats created by Finland's membership. Al Jazeera's Harry Fawcett reports.
This was one thing Vladimir Putin said he was fighting to reverse when he ordered the invasion of Ukraine last year, the expansion towards Russia of NATO.
Finland has today become the 31st member of NATO. The era of military non-alignment in our history has come to an end. A new era begins.
Finland is safer and NATO is stronger with Finland as an ally. We stand together, we protect and defend each other, all for one and one for all.
A year ago, Finland and Sweden joined NATO exercises in Norway. Russia's invasion of Ukraine prompting both to seek the guaranteed protection of NATO membership. Until now, NATO's eastern border with Russia included Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia and Norway. In total, a frontier running more than 1,200 kilometres. Finland joining NATO more than doubles Russia's land border with the alliance. NATO says no non-Finnish troops will be stationed in Finland without Helsinki's permission. But Russia has already vowed to increase its military presence near the border, the Kremlin promising countermeasures to what it calls a threat to its security and national interests. Russia's defence minister said it added to a pattern of NATO activity near Russian territory since the Ukraine invasion.
Of course, all this creates risks of a significant escalation of the conflict, but it will not affect the outcome of the special military operation.
The war in Ukraine also under discussion at NATO on Tuesday, with talks on increasing member countries' contributions and longer-term integration between NATO and Ukrainian forces, still short of the full membership Ukraine is seeking.
There is no better solution to ensuring Euro-Atlantic security as a whole than membership of Ukraine, eventual membership of Ukraine.
There's still no agreement within NATO on a timeline for something that would be seen in Moscow as the ultimate provocation. NATO's Secretary-General is, though, promising swift progress on Sweden's membership by getting Turkey to overcome its objections and allowing the Swedish flag to become the 32nd to fly here. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera.
And finally, when democracy came to Myanmar, so did the tourists. more than 4 million of them in 2019. Then COVID-19 hit, shortly followed by the military coup. Last year, fewer than 150,000 foreigners visited. Now, the military government is trying to encourage tourists to return. Al Jazeera's Tony Sheng reports.
The sleepy stupas of Bagan, ancient pagodas, some more than 1,000 years old. This was once the capital of what would become a unified Myanmar. Even here, people protested against the military coup in 2021, and even here the military showed no mercy in the crackdown, as one resident told us anonymously.
Even though Bagan is a UNESCO heritage site, the military shot massively during the protests. I saw 2 people die right in front of me.
2 years on, some locals are coming back, keen to soak up the spirituality of a place many people from Myanmar consider sacred. But they don't spend like the foreign tourists. Things have gone from bad to worse for tour guides. First the COVID-19 pandemic, then the coup, when business really dried up.
The economy of Bagan relies entirely on tourism. The rate of visit between international tourists and local guests is different, and also their demands.
The area is also home to some of Myanmar's ancient crafts. In a nearby village, they make lacquerware the old way, twisting finely cut bamboo before applying the dark resin. Once hardened, the finished products carved and coloured, a skill that takes years to master. But this workshop has already lost 85% of its customers and 2/3 of its craftsmen.
If the tourists not come to Bagan, so we will lose our generation, like our generation.
And your business as well?
Yes.
And while life has returned to normal here, the fighting isn't far away. The military has told us we can go no further than this. The Irrawaddy River has become a dividing line in central Myanmar. On this side, the tranquility of Bagan. On the other, what appears to be a full-blown civil war. And they say at night, if you listen carefully, you can hear the shooting on the other side of the river. The day before, there were reports that 50,000 people had fled the fighting in nearby Myan, some of whom are now seeking shelter in the historic temples and monasteries of this ancient town. Tony Chang, Al Jazeera, Bagan, Central Myanmar.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. This concludes today's headline news updates. Tune in tomorrow, Thursday, 7 p.m. with our next broadcast. For more news and updates, you can visit our Facebook and YouTube pages. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.